We have all heard it. Getting hooked on trends is unhealthy, but have you ever thought why they may be good for you? Hi, I'm Audrey Peterson, and as a teenager, I know a thing or two about social media. Time after time again, I have seen article after article that paints the image that social media is this wasteland of negative thoughts. This is a dramatized version of how the virtual world actually is. It has its low points, as anything does, but that doesn't mean it's entirely worthless. First-handedly, I have seen the effects of social media in live time. And looking at how society has treated the virtual world from my perspective and others, it's apparent that the demonization of trends and social media reflects a misunderstanding of humanity's reliance on technology, as the virtual world fosters social connection and also provides an authentic representation of youth culture. So let's go ahead and break this down. Social media is implemented into most individuals' daily lives. Apps like Snapchat, Instagram, and so many others can all be used to spread awareness on issues, to keep in the loop of friends and family, or really anything the mind can think of. The root system or algorithm of social media is entirely based off of trends. Trends can range from girls telling stories as they get ready for their day, or to even consuming spoonfuls of cinnamon while recording. Though these all sound like enjoyable and entertaining content, there is still a dark side to trends. These trends can impact young teens' mentalities, and by allowing impressionable preteens to have an extreme exposure to older content like this, it may lead to them growing up faster than they should. As described in the article, Not Just a Trend, Social Media's Impact on Teen Behavior, written by Charlotte Burnup and published by The Oracle, some children see directly how their friends change once they become active on social media. Their hair, clothing, and vocabulary can entirely shift. The reasoning for this? Subconscious messages and media. Some of these unintentional implications are related to body image, to toxic romantic relationships, or to even suicide. The damage trends have done to the lives of teens is not to be ignored. Most of society takes these as a lesson to show just how dangerous the social media algorithms are, but there is a larger takeaway from these horrors. Trends have an immense influence on teenagers, but this actually isn't a bad thing. It is a natural human need to fit in, and that will never change. As Austin Price from Regis University Highlander states, the bandwagon effect and need for human acceptance is a biological function that is unavoidable. Trends are the epitome of acceptance and human connection. If the need to fit in is inevitable, and trends are the best way to be a part of society in today's modern age, it's evident that trends should not be feared. They should be explored and reinvented. Through my own personal experience, having social media and witnessing trends has actually allowed me to grow as a person. I particularly scroll a lot of Pinterest, an app in which individuals post pictures and viewers are able to save those pictures onto boards or categories. And the content can be things like pretty sunsets or inspiring poems. Surface level, it is easy to assume that Pinterest is just like any other social media app with models and picture-perfect displays of what the luxury life is like. However, a difference I see in it is that it's not just these superficial items. Pinterest welcomes images and photos that aren't just picture perfect. Images that show the beauty in the mundane, the beauty of nature, the beauty of genuine humanity. Seeing all of this allows me, an impressionable teenager, to see the beauty in life. It is not just me who has had this effect from Pinterest. Sophia Deer, a close friend of mine, has also witnessed this. As she herself stated, it's allowed me to find certain communities and interests I may have otherwise never found, because the nichest of things can be expressed. She feels as though there are less expectations found on Pinterest, which is precisely why it is so raw. This realistic display can encourage interest in art and poetry. As stated before, the bandwagon effect is always going to be present. However, it can be molded to enlighten humanity on what humanity is, rather than to hide the ugly attributes to glorify who we are. As chaotic and random as trends may be, there have been times where they've been used to give youth a place in this world. As the staff from Texas Policy Research can inform, social media isn't just entertainment. It's a space where young people engage with peers, stay informed, and participate in public discourse. This is extremely accurate. If the youth is responsible for the future, they then should be given spaces to educate and expose themselves to the world and its complications. This is precisely what social media does. It educates, exposes, and gives the youth a voice in the stirring pot of the world. So, what does all of this mean? Should teenagers be given complete, full access to an unfiltered internet program? Absolutely not. It is apparent that despite all of the benefits, there still are devastating downsides to the viral world. However, asking the question of how to restrict media is not the right approach. To solve this virtual crisis, what we should be asking is how can we promote a better, more encouraging, and supportive virtual world? That is all I have for you today. This is Audrey Peterson, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.